Welcome back. I'm Devi, this is Conrad, and we're going to lead you through a calming yoga session to relieve stress that'll be a really good choice for before bed, to help you get better sleep, or to wind down after a busy day. So we will start with a progressive relaxation, a guided relaxation on the back, and then move into some easy stretches, some longer held yin yoga stretches and such. So have either 2 blocks or a couple of firm cushions available, and we'll get started lying down on the back. Resting on the back with the eyes closed, with the arms and legs spread out as much as you'd like, taking up as much space as you'd like on the ground so that you can fully release into gravity, into the support of the earth. And exhaling to empty your belly, feel your lower back. And inhale to fill your belly, to fill your chest, to fill your back. And exhaling once again. And taking a breath in to fill the belly, to fill even the arms and the legs. Start to feel the whole body expanding a bit with this breath. And exhale with a sound. Ha. 2 more times like that. Inhaling like you're softly inflating a balloon. With sound, exhale. Ha. 1 more time, inhale. And now settling into your body, your physical body. As we start our progressive relaxation, we'll be tensing and releasing parts of the body one at a time. And beginning with the hands. So take your hands, spread them out for a moment, spread out all 5 fingers, and now take them into a fist and squeeze these fists and hold your breath. So inhale and hold as you squeeze the palms tight. Hold a little bit longer, and now release. Feel the energy in the hands as you release. Notice what flows through this area. And now moving to the feet and begin to clench the feet. However it makes sense to you, maybe your toes clench, maybe you lift your feet or you point your toes. Some way of tensing the feet, and now inhale and hold the breath as you tighten this clenching. Hold for another 2 seconds and exhale and release the clenching. Feel the feet. Feel the soles of the feet, the tops of the feet. And now the arms. As you tense your arms, you'll actually lift them off the ground and feel like you're pulling the arm bones into the torso more. So squeezing the arms, you can bend the elbows if you want to bring the biceps into it, and hold your breath. 3 total seconds. Squeezing the arms. Squeezing the fists again as you do this, and exhale, release. Relax the arms on the ground. Notice the energy in the arms. Notice any feelings of warmth or energy flow, movement of sensation. And now the legs. So you might be comfortable lifting the legs off the ground. If you don't, that's okay. Just some way of squeezing the thighs, the calves, maybe the feet again. Holding, squeezing, 2 more seconds. Like you're pulling your legs in toward your torso, in toward your hips, and release the legs. Letting them drop. Notice what's happening now in the legs, the feet, the arms, the hands. And now the torso. So the abs, the back, whatever you can isolate, begin now to engage like you're trying to make your whole torso smaller, squeezing it all in. Clenching the belly, maybe clenching the buttocks and the lower back. 2 more seconds here, squeezing the whole torso, hips and shoulders coming toward each other, and now release. Noticing sensation in the torso, around the spine, the pelvis, the ribs. And now the neck, so lifting the head off the ground if it feels okay on your neck to squeeze and engage the front of the neck, and at the same time you can kind of collapse your shoulders forward like you're squeezing your heart, holding here 2 more seconds. And release. The jaw relaxing, the neck, the throat. And now the back of the neck, so you'll lift your chin and kind of dig the back of your skull into the ground, maybe even lift your upper back off the ground, and you're going to bring your shoulder blades toward each other. Squeeze the back of the shoulders, squeezing, 2 more seconds, hold your breath. And release. Feeling the energy now around the neck, the upper back, between your shoulder blades. And now the face. So the face will squeeze everything in like you're trying to make a prune face, scrunching it all in, squeezing the eyes, making a funny face, holding it for 2 breaths or 2 seconds. Hold your breath. And release. And let your mouth be relaxed. Let your jaw be relaxed. And now the opposite with the face. So open everything wide, the mouth, the eyes. Let your tongue come out like a lion face. The eyeballs maybe rolling up. And release. Close the eyes, soften, soften. And now, one last engagement of the whole body. So everything that you engaged in this progressive relaxation that you can think of to squeeze all at once. Here we go. Squeezing in the hands, fists, torso, legs, arms, head, neck. Squeezing, 2 more seconds. And release. And resting here as you feel all the energy that's moving, completely present inside of this body. Feeling what's happening. Feeling the breath. Feeling the weight of the arms and the weight of the legs on the ground and the weight of the torso and the weight of your head being held by the earth. And now bend your knees very, very slowly to take the knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. And enjoy this feeling of stretching into the back body now. Then clasp your hands around your knee, right knee, as you extend your left leg along the ground. And hugging this right knee into the chest. Noticing what you feel happening in the back of the body, maybe some stretching, maybe some stretch in the hip, in the groin. And now lift your forehead up toward your knee. And reach your right hand down to hold the foot. Come into one-legged happy baby pose. Rest your head back down or use a pillow under the head if that's more comfortable. A strap around the foot here is an option if it's difficult to hold the foot. Breathing. And now figure four pose. So bend your left knee up and catch the outside of the right ankle. Clasp the hands behind the thigh or in front of the shin. And for this posture, it can help to put something under the head if you feel like you get a little bit tweaked in your shoulders or your neck. So use your pillow or your block under your head if you'd like. Breathing easily, breathing steadily. And releasing the legs. And stretch them long down the mat and interlace the fingers and press the palms over the head, press the palms up and away from the feet. And now bend both knees into the chest again. Clasp the hands around the left knee as you extend your right leg forward onto your mat or onto the floor. Certainly don't need to be on a yoga mat for this practice, just any surface. You could even do it on a bed or carpet, on top of a blanket. Inhale your breath here, and as you exhale, lift your head up toward your knee. And reach the left hand down, hold the foot for one-legged happy baby pose. Rest your head back down. And now taking it into figure four pose, bend the right knee up to catch the outside of the left ankle, and the left hand comes through the hole created by the left leg. to hold behind your thigh or in front of your shin. And here you can adjust the legs to place the stretch where it feels good, and we're generally looking for a stretch here in the buttocks on the left side, left buttocks. And release the legs, extend both legs long down the mat again as you interlace your fingers and press and extend the arms up all the way over the head. Inhaling into a long body stretch and exhaling, bend both knees, roll over onto one side to set up for a supported fish pose. So back bending over 2 blocks or over a couple of cushions, or 1 cushion and 1 block. So if you have just 1 block, you'll have it under your back, and then maybe a cushion or folded blanket or towel under the head. Some people do this comfortably without any support under the head. So you can see Conrad set up with 2 blocks. He's got the middle height for the first block under his back, and then the high height under the head. And if you want more sensation, you'll take the one that's under your head farther down. If you want less sensation, you do the opposite. You take the support that's under your head and build it up. So maybe 2 cushions or something like that. So I'm gonna lift this one up for more sensation for myself right now. And then your legs can be straight ahead, or they can take this butterfly shape with the soles of the feet together. Resting here for a couple of minutes. The arms typically come out at some generous angle with the palms facing up. And I'm changing my mind. It's different every day to decide where exactly to put these props. And it always depends on what you have. So thinking about opening the heart, opening the front of the ribs, and letting the weight of the head feel adequately supported, not overly supported, so not feeling like your head's being pushed up too much. Enjoying this opening of the throat, the collarbones, the jaw, front of the shoulders, and you can really feel here the connection of the heart energy into the palms of the hands and out into the fingers. And each time you breathe into your heart, feel that sense of radiating warmth and relaxation out into the hands, and the hands interfacing with your environment, with the world. So breathing in with this boundary, breathing out with this boundary between self and not self, between the self and the outside world. And now letting the arms come up over the head for 2 or 3 breaths. So they'll just hang, or maybe they'll rest, whatever your range of motion here is. Enjoying some extra stretch in the armpits and the sides of the ribs. You might interlace the fingers and turn the palms away, or whatever feels good. And now releasing to bring the arms back down to your sides and make your way up to sitting, so you can roll off your props to one side or just carefully push yourself up to come into a symmetrical forward bend. And yogi's choice here. You can do the butterfly pose or the caterpillar, or a wide caterpillar. So this is caterpillar with legs in front of you. You can open the legs up as wide as you'd like to make this easier or more comfortable. And then the butterfly pose, Conrad's going to show with the soles of the feet together. So 2 minutes here. Stretching the spine, stretching the backs of the legs or the inner thighs, depending on which pose you're in. And if it feels more restful to your system to use some props, to use some pillows underneath your belly, underneath your ribs, or under your forehead, then do whatever helps to calm your system, to relax your mind, to relax your body into the shape. Taking your spine back into an upright position and making your way onto your back once again, and make sure you know where your block or cushion is, because we're about to slide it under the hips in supported bridge pose. So lifting up the hips, sliding your block at the middle height typically, but if your back is more tender or you want less sensation, you can go with the lower height. More sensation, of course, you can go with the higher height, and piling as much firm support as you'd like if you have something other than blocks to work with. And this posture works best without anything under the head. So if you're resting on a cushion or pillow under your head, then be sure to remove that so that your neck isn't overly stretched here. And so you can just enjoy this nice length of the back of the neck that can happen here. And really pay attention to the position of your shoulders and arms so that you have a very comfortable angle of your arms to really let your upper body relax. Let your collarbones and your shoulder blades relax. Let the back of the neck be long. And the width between your feet, make sure it's enough so that you can relax in your hips and your legs. You don't necessarily need to keep the legs close together or hips width. It might help your lower back to relax a lot by opening the legs as wide as your mat if you're on a mat, or even wider. And slowly releasing, bend the knees so that your feet come flat. Lift your hips and slide your block out, put it aside, and rest your hips on the ground. Keep your feet wider than hips. So if you're on a mat, your feet are about mat's width apart, moving into windshield wipers. Arms spread out to either side. And now let both knees come over to one side and turn your head the opposite way of the knees. And inhale and bring them back up to center, and other side. So keep the feet wide like your mat and keep moving side to side. Good. A couple more times to each side at your own pace. And bring them back up to the center. And now taking it into either happy baby pose, so the full happy baby this time, or the snail pose. So I will take the happy baby pose. I think Conrad's gonna take the snail pose. Snail pose is our halasana version in Yin Yoga. Yeah, sending the legs over the head. Stretching into the lower back, the lower part of the spine here. Happy baby pose. You can always just hold any part of the feet that works for you, inside or outside, or the toes. And if you're in the snail pose with the legs over the head, you could reach your hands up to hold your toes like Conrad's doing, or if you don't reach the toes, or if your feet are hovering above the ground, that's fine as long as it still feels good in your spine and your legs. Or if you want to do a different arm position, arms could be down by your sides. And now releasing very slowly, coming out of your final pose and into your final relaxation position. So make yourself comfortable. If you'd like to have a bolster or pillows under the knees, go for it. Or perhaps elevating the feet or the legs on a sofa or on the edge of a chair. Or if you're ready to head off into bed, maybe this is your segue. let your body be completely relaxed. As you feel what's happening inside, as you feel the effects of this practice of progressively relaxing through the different muscle areas of the body and stretching into all of the major muscle areas, energizing the fascia, and bringing full awareness to this body. Full awareness to what it's experiencing now, to the sensations that are flowing, and to the feeling of the breath. The breath as it continues its inhaling and exhaling, filling and emptying, following this rhythm. And continuing to rest here on your back or into any restful position to transition. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this practice and that you are resting peacefully like Conrad. If you enjoyed this practice, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and check out my other yoga videos. See you next time.